It is true. In the 50 years since the Civil Rights Movement, we have made progress, but we still have a long way to go. There are forces today in America trying to take us back, but we will not go back. We will build a new and better America.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, civil rights legend and Congressman John Lewis.
Good evening. I'm honored to be with you tonight. Many of you know that I grew up not too far from here. I'm a native of Alabama. I was born in Pike County, outside of a little town called Troy. My parents were sharecroppers. They managed to save $300, and a man sold my family 110 acres of land. Our family still owns this land today. So that I can say tonight that it's good to be here. It is good to be home this evening. I'm proud to see each and every one of you, to witness this museum and memorial. This museum will exhibit the work of so many of our favorite artists, and I love the arts. I've said on many occasions that without art, without music or writers, the civil rights movement would have been like a bird without wings. They translated our feelings, our hurt, our pain. They recorded our words and help us to make progress. The year before I was born, Billie Holiday recorded a song, Strange Fruits. Throughout my childhood, I had this song on my mind and in my heart. Some of you know what I'm talking about. You know this song. There was a teacher in New York who wrote Strange Fruit after he saw an exhibit about the lynching of 2 African-American men in Marion, Indiana. In 1930, a mob brutally murdered J. Thomas Shipp and Abraham Smith. These young men, like countless others, were denied the right to a trial by a jury. People across our country and around the world saw the picture of this mob attacking, but not a single person was tried for the crime that night. The hate-filled, bloodthirsty mob murdered these individuals. A few months before the Montgomery bus boycott, Emmett Till was murdered for being fresh with a white woman in Mississippi. You see, he was only a few years younger than I was. But I remember to this day the image from those times that's still in my head today. His face in that castle shocked the nation and inspired a generation, inspired a movement, a modern-day civil rights movement. Medgar Evers, James Chaney, Andy Goodman, and Mickey Schreiner, Harry and Harriet Moore, Viola Luzzo, their names, not their story. Remember their sacrifice. This was my youth. This was our reality. Some people will argue that this is in the past, that we need to forget it. We can never, ever forget what happened to hundreds and thousands of people. Tell them to come and walk in my shoes. Each and every person must remember that slavery was the law of the land for 206 years. For another 100 years, segregation in some form or another in every corner of our country. It is true. In the 50 years since the Civil Rights Movement, we have made progress, but we still have a long way to go. There are forces today in America trying to take us back, but we will not go back. We will build a new and better America. Those who fail to understand this history are doomed to repeat it. This is why the Senate had no choice but to apologize for the failure to end lynching in our nation. Today, public servants at every level of government must have an honest conversation of what we call an executive session with ourselves. Institutions that played a role in historic oppression of African Americans have a mission, an obligation, and a mandate to commit to truth and justice and move toward reconciliation. A few years ago, the nation passed an effort to pay tribute to our Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. He was my friend, my mentor, my leader, and my inspiration. Dr. King was assassinated. Felt like something died in each and every one of us. But being here this evening give me hope. Give me hope that we will not go back. We will go forward and create the beloved community. We will redeem the soul of America and put an end to racial violence. We all have an obligation, a mission, and a mandate to do what we can. We must speak up for those who have been left out and left behind. We cannot afford to be silent. You know, during the 60s, I was arrested 40 times. And since I've been in Congress, another 5 times. And I'm probably going to get arrested again for something. My philosophy is very simple. When you see something that is not right, not fair, you have a moral obligation to stand up, do something, say something, and get in good trouble, necessary trouble. You must commit every second, every minute, and every day to standing up, speaking up, and doing something to make our country and make our world better. We come too far, we made too much progress, and we are not going back. We are going forward with this museum. Thank you very much.